Okay, the lights in my eye. This is gonna suck. Gonna make the video look kind of weird, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk in predictions and all this fun jazz. So, Steven, future me, hit that intro for them, and let's get into it. YouTube, what's going on? It's your favorite Misfit FM. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. And before we hop into it, make sure you like, subscribe, do everything you can to support your favorite Misfit here on the channel. And obviously, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're talking predictions for the next Boruto chapter dropping later this month. So I'm excited to get to you and break them down for you. But before we do that, I want to give you a minor life update on a funny thing that happened to me about 2 hours ago before I started recording this. Well, not really funny. That was kind of scary for a second. To explain a little bit, what happened was basically I just came home from the gym. I was just getting some multivitamin pills in me because obviously trying to make sure the body's right, drinking my protein powder, getting some food in me. And I'm pretty sure I might have ate the pill before, not ate the pill, but consumed the pill before I actually got enough food in me. Because then, bro, when I say my throat felt like a pill was stuck in my throat, my stomach was nauseous, I felt like I was like low-key about to die or I need to go to the hospital. But thankfully, the body has subsidized. I've been chugging nonstop water, drinking tea, talking to my mom, who a lot of my family are in the medical field. So like obviously I'm always gonna go to them for support. I'm not gonna WebMD myself. Worst case scenario, I'll go to the hospital because I will do that. But I'm feeling better now, way better. I feel normal now. So I'm gonna record this video and give you guys some funny little predictions to talk about. Because prediction time is a fun time. First prediction I got, we gonna see the return of Kawaki. Yes, Kawaki, not Momoshiki. I know a lot of you want Momoshiki predictions. Look, I've given enough Momoshiki predictions for you guys to kind of go with the fact that it's either going to be Momoshiki first or Kawaki. I think it's Kawaki first because when you really look at what we're looking at right now, at the end of the chapter, we saw Boruto use his signature move, his new move that we've seen, his Rai Sengan Usu Hukido or Hikido, something like that. But he used that technique. It didn't work because Jura reversed it because it seems like it's the same principle of Tail Beast Bomb, which is insane to say, but hey, you know, Jura figured it out, kind of canceled it out, and Boruto's now like, oh, I'm cooked. But is he though? Not really. I think Kaoki's going to show up and finally do the Eka team up that we've been waiting on. The Boruto-Kaoki combination has had some W's in the past. Not all the time, but they've had some W's in the past when they're working together on the same page. And now Kaoki, I'm assuming he'll have his full powers unlocked because of what he's been doing with Armando. Oh my god, this video is going to be a fun one. Yes, I said Danzo instead of Armando, but yes, he had his conversation with Armando about unlocking his powers. It was a fun conversation. You remember? You know, we have fun conversations with our friends where we choke them out and force them to do whatever we want. So fun conversations he's having. Man, this video is getting very dark. I can already tell where I'm going with this. But in any case, yes, Kawaki, I'm expecting him to come back, come in this battlefield, help Boruto out, get that epic team up that we've all been waiting for, the new gen team up that is our generation, well, I guess this generation's Naruto and Sasuke. It'll be Boruto and Kawaki. But I'm excited to see that team up. So that's my first prediction. I said Kawaki is finally gonna make his return to the battlefield. We're gonna see what he looks like. If he's rocking that iconic staff that he rocks out in a lot of the artwork we've been seeing come out in jump covers and various other forms of media on social media as well. For my next prediction, I'm gonna go on a tangent here. Well, not a tangent. I'm gonna go on a wild take here. I think Jora is gonna continue to cook Boruto because again, in every possible future seen by Kashin Koji, Boruto dies, or at the very least gets consumed, or something to that fact by Jura or someone else. Like Jura is probably going to continue cooking Boruto before Kawaki makes his return, so we're probably going to see Boruto get beat up a little bit more. Because again, when you really look at how Boruto's been presented so far in the manga, he's been kind of shown as the guy like, I'm like that, I can take on anybody I want. Like he hasn't been really shown as weak yet. Yes, he has had like slight moments with the karma thing, making the run away from Kawaki, and also brief moments where he just kind of doesn't do much. But like Boruto's been shown pretty strongly, so this is kind of like the first really time we've seen him struggle, and it's a good thing when you see your main character struggle. Main character struggles are always a common thing. I think it's always a good thing to see the struggles of your main character, so that builds depth, builds character. And we know a lot about Boruto already, but to see him face against an opponent that pretty much he shouldn't win against is always a good thing. So we might want to see more of that continuing before we get a really big break in between that where Boruto gets upper hand or maybe Kawaki appears. I'm gonna go with that because I'll lead on to my next theory as well. For my third theory slash prediction, Again, I guess I gotta say it, Momoshiki. Maybe Momoshiki finally makes an appearance, but not the appearance that you want. What I mean by this is we get to see Momoshiki, right? But not in the sense that he takes over Boruto's body, but I'm thinking more about when he does that whole time freeze where basically everything around us gets frozen and it's only just Boruto and Momoshiki. So maybe they'll have another conversation where Boruto's like, hey, what are you doing here? How did you get here? And all this fun jazz. And then Momoshiki's talking about, he, ha, ha, I knew this wouldn't happen. You're gonna get killed. Hey, I should help you, but you gotta do you a favor. Maybe he wants a favor for a favor. Maybe, hey, let me use your body for about a certain amount of time period. Similar to like if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, how our favorite demon like to use one of our favorite protagonists for about a minute, or I think it was like a minute he would take over his body for, or like wherever it was, but he couldn't remember what happened. I don't see that element, but maybe something similar. Obviously, again, if you don't watch Jujutsu Kaisen, I highly recommend you do. It's a really good anime and manga. The manga's as officially finished from my knowledge, so check it out. It's a good watch and a read if you're interested and seeing some really crazy fighting. That if you like fighting in anime and you really want to see hands and some really crazy stuff, check out Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah, like I said, I see maybe some element of Momoshiki just doing like a time freeze. If he actually takes over Boruto's body, seeing a now time skip Boruto with Momoshiki infused in him, that would be interesting sight to see. But I don't know we'll see that in this chapter. I think it's going to be a little too early. But hey, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen in Boruto. We've seen that. And hey, I'm here for anything. But my third prediction will be, like I said, Boruto, Momoshiki, time freeze conversation. I'm gonna go with that. And for my last prediction, I'm gonna go with the wild one where we have Kashin make an appearance on the battlefield. Maybe he sees Boruto in desperate case. He was like, hey, maybe I can help. But like realistically, I don't see that kind of helping too much. Maybe Kashin has this plan and this is all part of his foresight of what he sees happening in the future. But who knows? I think Kashin making an appearance on the battlefield would be a random one. Again, this is like a very just wild take. This is not a take where you should be like thinking real hard about this one. The first three, yes, think hard about all those first three. But this fourth one was just one of a throwaway where I'm like, maybe Kaijin makes an appearance, try to save Boruto or whatnot. Who knows? But it would be kind of cool to see Kaijin try to go on the battlefield and do something. Obviously, he ain't gonna do much because again, Jura is like that. And I remember, I'll bring this up, because I remember I posted, or was it someone else's post that I commented this under? But oh yeah, I commented this under Naruto Meta. Obviously Naruto Meta, if you know, on Instagram, great page. Go check them out. Link in the description. I'm show them some love. So basically, they made this post about the possibility of I think something to do with Momoshiki and Jura. And then I comment under below the post saying like, hey, hot take. What if Jura cooks Momoshiki? And then bro, there's so many people like, yo, you're tweaking. I'm like, maybe I'm not. Like, what? I get it. Momoshiki's like that too, but like, Jura is also on that demon time, so who knows what happens between those two competitors, man. It could be a crazy fight between two villains in this manga. That about does it for me, guys. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for watching today's YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed all the predictions. Let me know what you think about them. If you hate them or love them, whatever you like, comment down below what you think about today's predictions. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic and safe weekend. Take care, and I'll see you guys here next weekend for another episode of The Roundup. Peace and love, everybody. This is Future Steven, just adding a little snippet in here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am sweating my face off because like the light is literally beaming me right here, and it was like, dude, do I still record this or not? But no, I had to get this out there for you guys. So obviously, like I said, take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys here next weekend for another episode of The Roundup. Peace.